Today we'll be playing some non-devotion Symbiosis. We've played a lot of devotion Symbiosis, but I wanted to revisit non-devotion, mainly to try out a couple of buffed cards. Those will be the Gezras buff. He went to 11 provisions, so I thought we would slot him in here, and then also slot in the buffed Forest Protectors at 6 power now. So both cards that fit pretty well in Symbiosis. I opted to go for them here instead of in Devotion, because in Devotion you really want to run the Ethne. Here we're just losing out on, basically one of these slots is going to be here anyway. Normally it would be like a Saskia or a Philevandrel. We're going to go with Force Protector basically in that slot. Then we cut the Eskil to run the Gezras. Just I was finding Eskil wasn't hitting a lot of things and want to try out the Gezras. So that is what we're doing here, running those in the higher provision slots, and it should be pretty fun. Overall, we're going to play a Crystal Skull on the Aquan. Not sure why I had Tactile Advantage there. Then we have the Aquan, Simlos, Force Protector, you know how it is, and the Gezras. Gezras is basically here to get a bunch of points buffed on the little tokens. We spawn a lot of those, should be pretty useful actually. Then our consistency, the Call of the Forest, the Isengrim's Council, Tempest on 2 Fogs. Shaping Nature just for a bit of value because now it's pretty decent. The Gourd, Fauve, you know how it is. 1 Ciaran, you can play Morin. I like Ciaran after the power buff a little bit better. The only problem with that is if you run the Morin, which I think we'll show you guys here for a second. I generally like Ciaran as a card better, but in this deck, if you run Morin, it means that your Isengrim's Council always hits the Simlos. So that is one thing you can do there. Depends on what you like with that. I'm not sure which is better. We should have enough consistency to find Simlos when we want him anyway, off of Call of the Forest and Fauve. But that is one, that's like the downside to Ciaran. I think we will keep the Ciaran, because we should be able to either draw him or the Simlos. So we'll keep him. That's just like one thing to consider. They're playing 2 Equinoxes, 2 Rebukes, 2 Hamadryads, 2 Fledglings, 2 Fogs, Caress, Pond Keeper. You could run the Duen Canal Guardian instead of the Hamadryads if you want, but since we're already cut our Tall Punish, we're going to lean a little bit more into the engines in this version and try and get that value going, I think, with the Hamadryads. So this is the deck. Nothing groundbreaking, but it should be pretty fun to try out. Hopefully we get some good points off of Gezras. Forest Protector, I'm pretty confident will be decent. Gezras, I want to see if we can get some value from him, though. And let's get into some games. Eldaric, playing some traps. Maybe we get some offensive Gezras value here. Trap Elves, whatever you want to call it. He's going first, that is annoying. How do we do a sticky situation here? That's one of the things with this deck, right? If the sticky situation goes off early round 1, it just like is round securing because it's so much. If you try and play through it, it's like 30 for 8. And they have the scenario as well. Just scenario we can play through. That's going to be the sticky situation, isn't it? If it is not, though, if it is Incinerating Trap, it kills the Aquan. The thing is, we don't have a way to play around the Incinerating Trap, so we just have to play into it no matter what. Right, going for something else, like Council into RNG one of these. Just doesn't seem like a play. What's the sticky situation? Probably trying to catch a Hamadryad or something. Pondkeeper as well. Also, we should have played her ranged in case we go all the way to Gezras here, which we might. But I don't expect her to live. Oh, he put it ranged for us. This looks pretty good. This plays into Serpent Trap. I haven't seen any Serpent Traps lately. Seems to have fallen out of favor. It's like Deception, Incinerating, Sticky Situation are like the main ones. There's the Angus. Then usually the last one's a Pitfall, I've seen. Occasionally Crushing, but like no Serpents lately. We're just not going to trigger the sticky situation here. So we should be able to do pretty... We should be able to avoid it pretty easily.
You're dead already.
Aquin's getting us good points. I don't think we need a rebuke because this doesn't look like a heist deck. Heist is kind of fallen out of favor as well. It's just Tempo Elves with the 4 traps for Angus. Yeah, he's given... We're not going to trigger that for you. But let's just go in with Pond Keepers now if we want to.
I shall not fail.
It's a pretty good denial here, actually. He should pass. We're up by 20 on even, which is what happens when we don't trigger this and he doesn't have the scenario. We did carry over 6 points of hand buff. Now we just want to... He's going to play the scenario here, most likely, and what we want to do is force out his big elf stuff with like his leader and Vernaciel if possible. Want to get the leader charges. That's going to be hard to do, but if we can set up some kind of Gezras value, it would be pretty nice. We do want to find and thin out our Tempest for sure, though. That's not Tempest. Hey, there's Tempest. We just drew it. We have a lot of ways to get to it. We have Fauve, we have Called Forest. What do we want to open with here? Get a random Dryad. The only one that's not good randomly is Pond Keeper. I think we will do this. This will spawn before we get to play it so we can get the points on it. Like that. So if he goes scenario, I'm sure he can survive our push. It's just a matter of getting a good round 3 setup. Like no deception with 3 leaders and Vernaciel type of thing. They have that round 3, it's quite scary.
You are no lunet of mine.
Here comes the backup plans. Got the 2 damage to random things. Looks like. Yeah, it is. He should... Oh, he's got a good chance of killing our person. But now we can go in with Tempest. I'm tempted to go with the Fledgling first. I think we will. Because if he doesn't kill it, and he just played backup plans to kill the other one, we get so much value from her order. I think it's worth trying for. Is this Avlok scenario? Should be. There it is. This is the turn then for the Force Protector. So it can kill the Commando. Oh, he has Erlin in hand. That's good for us. Erlin in hand is really good for us. Yeah, because that means we know he's got 1 blank 5 in his hand he doesn't want to play. Definitely triggering her order this turn, because we're going to go in with the Tempest. That's just 9 points right there. And we're reducing the number of elves he has, which is also good. Gezras will be our next play. He'll be pretty decent. Now he's not decent. So we really are playing into Incinerating Trap. Sinloss avoids it. Also plays into Pitfall. Doesn't play into Deception.
Your vision will guide us.
Okay, so We didn't get mind gamed there. The reason we went with the CR in because we don't have things we want to lock anymore, and now we put something else in the melee row for Gezros to hit and something in our ranged row for us to boost. This is going to die to the fog first, but we get an extra point now from the Gezros. We know he won't die, which is pretty important.
Above sabotage, you'll find
We know this is the deception.
ground. Time for you to die, Dwan. To play with my prey, I enjoy that most.
Now he doesn't have the combo with the Waylay. And Gezros should be something of a threat here. It's 3 or 4 a turn. And we're just trying to get the Vernalciel out of his hand and some leader charges. We already got the Deception, which is good. We know he's holding an Heirloom too. So that's going to probably inform him to be a little bit more aggressive here than he normally would. Maybe play the Vernalciel, play a leader charge or 2. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that value. If he plays down to like 3, he might brick the Heirloom in round 3.
How utterly inept of me.
Interesting. Flip the Deception. I think we just go with a sim loss here.
Only one with no sense would trust the word of a Dwan.
He's got an Heirloom in hand. I think we keep the other one for Hamadryad potential, or do we just go all in? We have 2 Hamadryads, so we should keep one, I think. But we should force the Vernalciel here. The fact that he has the Heirloom is a huge deal. Yep, we 2-0 him. GG. Gezros doing some work there. Bunny Bunny Way. That is a name. Carapace. He's first. We certain our shadows were out. There we don't. We're good. Probably Renfree Ogroids. Be my just instant guess here. Or Golden Necker Relics. Those are the 2 things that come to mind. We want to keep a Rebuke. His hand is quite strong, gold-wise. Interesting. See if he's got the Lord Riptide. You can always draw off Curse Skull. So we know we're getting hit by the Riptide here. Question is, what's he actually playing? This is a little strange already. Okay, so no Golden Necker. Some engine value out. Set up a range row for Gezros for this round. Yeah, I figured there'd be a Toad Prince. Really good Toad Prince for him. Let's just get this 6 Vitality going. Yeah, so it is Ogroids. That is in Pond Keeper range. We definitely want to Pond Keeper it if we can. It's really good value. Nice 6 points and 6 points of Incubus carryover. That is a lot. We would have to call the forest to do that though. It's probably worth it. I think it's probably worth it. This one we can do a Fog into a Rebuke on, so we'll do the Tempest this turn. Then we can kill... Did I say Fog into Tempest. I went Tempest for the Fog into the Rebuke. Gets it to 5. And again, that's really good to deny that. We're just sitting here on a bunch of tokens that Gezros will love. King Trum, I mean, we don't have a Tall Punish in our deck because we cut the Askel, so King Trum's just, it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it.
No point in showing mercy.
Just debating not playing a card here because lets him play King Trum with tempo to go up, which is our worst nightmare, but we'll just do it round 2 instead. There's the Riptide. 50-50. He hit the 50-50. Feels bad. We do this.
Good human is a dead human.
Let me sing you the song of my people.
The Erendite's probably coming here if he has it. Why wouldn't he? We either Symbiosis or we Herald. This isn't as good as Symbiosis. Symbiosis also should out-tempo. The Symbiosis should mean he can't drop the King Trum on us. He just won't have enough points on board. Right, because it's going to be at most like 20 plus 2. Like at most it'll be 23 plus 1, 24. Gets him to 63. It's probably more like 17 than 20. Let's say it's 17. 18, 19, 20 points. Gets him to 59. Go to 62. We could do a safety leader charge. Let's do a safety leader charge. Probably showing too much respect to the King Trum, but I'd rather show it respect and not get destroyed by it. It needs to be like a 25-point King Trum here. There's no way. We've already seen a heat wave. Technically, it has to be like 22. Would be a draw. It's a 22 King Trum. Then he draws, carries over, and we probably lose. But I highly doubt it's 22. They're usually like 17 or 18. But if it is, we already seen 2 non-Ogroids. It's gotta be what's in his hand. Since we're pretty sure that's what it is, we just skip round 2. I do not want him getting that King Trum value. Honestly, the Hamadryads will be pretty key for round 3, I think. He still has Erendite, though. We see tempo cards. We're not playing here. If you play here, he plays a 10, then he plays King Trum, and it carries over, and that's GG. That's just too many points of carryover. And this way, if he plays it here, like, he can't consume with Azrael on it. I'm just not sure double last say is enough against Ogroids, because they have such big tempo plays. He's got a Jotun, he's got a Trum, he's got an Erendite. We did stop the Incubi from being too bad, at least. That's something. Is this worth more than these? Probably not. That's what we're looking for. We are up double last sight, up 1 card. That does pull out 6 points if we can kill it. Unlikely we can kill it.
'Tis my tree. I was born. I shall die.
Again with these Hamadryads. One can get the Shaping Nature and one can get a Caress. So they should Erendite it, yes. Then that should be the last control in his deck outside of a second Cyclops. So we do this one.
Though trees live longer than humans, they need protection.
It's not Renfrey Ogroids, by the way. It's regular Ogroids. We knew that earlier when he heat waved. I don't think I said it. There's the King Trump. So that wasn't in his hand. And it's a 15. So big, not that big. Probably big enough to win though, because we're down 27 points now. It's our best value nature. Technically, the Fog's worth more than a Rebuke here. Fog is worth more. As weird as that is. We don't have the Death Blow, so this plays for one more point technically. The one thing we got going for us is Incubus isn't very good. There's Jotun. The thing that's not going for us is I think he just has too many points. We just need to go max value. So we'll take one more turn then if we pull the Caress out. Like maybe there's a Spores and he gets us, but if we don't go for more Vitality on this, we are never winning here. It's worth more still. I just think the Ogroids are too many points here. It's probably an Incubus. Not great, plays for like 6.
Garments are shackles that restrain our desires.
Do the Death Blow here, but I don't think we just don't have enough points, I don't think. It'll be close. I know we are going to pull this off, just barely. Lovely. Alright. That double last say is what we needed. Tough game against Ogroids. Their tempo round 3 is so high. But really just getting down the Hamadryad was key. If we had the second one, we'd have been much better off. Esk1. Patricidal Fury, most likely Raid Warriors. I'd rather put that back. Because we can still go in, if we drew, potentially, either Aquin or Fauve, we could then do the Tempest. So we want to put this back later. So we won't Sim Loss this round. What do we got here? Probably open with the Aquin still. There's a great sword. I think it's worth denying a great sword. Just in case there's teleportations, not teleportations, in case there's like megascopes. It denies 6 points if he's going to be able to heal it, which not knowing his deck, but knowing it's in his deck, he probably should. So I think that is going to be worth it. Could be Golden Necker. So I was thinking of megascopes. Yeah, it's looking like a Golden Necker deck. That's on the other Great Sword. So he is trying to set up a megascope for it. We can't stop that one. But we can go get our Aquin. I imagine this is Golden Necker. No Bloodthirster. You're supposed to click the leader first, buddy, because that lets you have this online. Minor mistake. We all make mistakes.
'Tis my tree. I was born. I shall die.
Let's get this ticking. A little bit of carryover on the summoning circle. We did win on even, though. Want to push pretty hard here, I think. I almost think it's worth opening Simloss if we draw it to go set up a kill on the Greatsword. I almost think it might be worth it. Can't do it, obviously, with this hand, but it's a thought. Otherwise, I would like to get a Pond Keeper range to kill off the Greatsword. How would we do that most efficiently? Don't have a great way to do it. Don't have a great opener. So we can get his thing out in 2 turns. Ulula, yes, so it's Ulula Golden Necker. It's basically what we thought it was. So 1 damage is pretty meaningless. I wanted to get the points from this. Usually I play Ulula Golden Necker as self-wound. I think that's better. But he can certainly do stuff with it here. It's very strong leader abilities. Hopefully he misses. Did. Pretty strong rebuke here. Should be a Megascope, I imagine. There's the Siri. He is setting up carryover like we said. We don't have CR in for movement, so I think we'll just play the Tempest and put all the Fog melee. So we want to potentially play down to 0 to force Golden Necker out. Drop the other Naiad Fledgling next. Here comes the Yalmar. Good value. Just take out the Ulula here. The Yalmar's going to block for it. Block the fog from it, I mean.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Yep, there's the Megascope. Gezeros is going to end up being okay. We played the 1 Pond Keeper melee, which is why we started going melee, right? Because we opened with this. Or we opened with the Fledgling. The Fledgling should have been ranged. That was our mistake. We're not used to playing with Gezeros. Nice thing, though, is that the Siri will take the fog damage next turn, unless he blocks it, which he didn't. then we can kill her with the other Pond Keeper. So that's good. Let's go +6, +7. And we can kill her with the Pond Keeper. He should Bear Witcher us to deny it. But I don't know if he'll think about it. Yeah, he didn't think about it. Take those points. Gazros will fling damage into his ranged row with our current setup, which isn't great, but it's okay. He might go for the roadblock on us. He does block us out and then go Golden Necker. Okay. He might be a little sad to see this, because he gave us more units ranged. This Gazros is going to be so strong if he doesn't kill it. Because we'll just drop the Gerord and take the 8 points on the Gazros. Because even if he doesn't move, he still gets the effect. And then hopefully we can force the Golden Necker here. Because even if he doesn't move, he still gets us all those points. Hits all this stuff. And we force the Golden Necker. Perfect. Insane offering to the seed, by the way. But we still have a Sim loss round 3, and he's used his Golden Necker. We killed this carryover. Should be good here. Look at that offering, though. Offering to see such a cool card. We force Leader, force Golden Necker. Perfectly set with where we are here. We just need the Sim loss. We have 1 tutor for it, 2 tutors to find the tutor. We just need the Sim loss. Thank goodness. I was going to say, if we don't get him here, with 7 cards in deck and 3 ways to get him, that'd be insane. Yeah, we're set here. We just lock this. Take a couple points on this. Herksha, he had that nice combo. Let's grab our council to the Sim loss. So we kept this Yarn. This Yarn back, we're not guaranteed to see the Sim loss here, but this should 100% get us the win. Yep, GG. We will take it. Johnny Lee, 0513, playing some, looks like, well, it doesn't look like, he is playing some Jackpot. A lot of different variants you can play in Jackpot. And thin out with Tempest early. Get Aquan. Debated on that redraw, but we redraw, I've noticed, in examining our own gameplay, that we are tried to be less passive with redraws. So we redraw there, there's a chance we hit one of the fogs, but there's a lot of upsides too we could hit. With a Crystal Skull, this might be hard for him to kill. He has to like Junior it if he's playing Junior. There's always a chance that this is a Salamander deck or something. It probably isn't once you see the Novigrad, because I think most Salamanders turn to Golden Necker at this point, because it's a 1-turn combo. Give it the 1 liter on the Hamadryad.
Sewers remind me of the fjords back home.
He probably just thins here. Go with the fledgling in case he's a little more. It's guaranteed value if he just decides to throw a bunch of tempo here, which I don't think he will, but we're going to end up playing the Rebuke anyway, so it's safer just to play the fledgling first.
Premium grade won't find any better.
He's even just poisoning himself for coin carryover to get this out. And then he passes. The Veil Aquin really just gives us so much value here. So far we haven't learned much from what he's playing. Didn't end up thinning there, which is okay. What do we open with in this round? We want to open with a unit. Could go for the Hamadryad. Don't really want to because I want to grab the Protector. Just play this without the deploy. I don't want to waste anything else, really. This, since we have poisons and locks and such, I'm not as concerned about him finding a way around it. I want to lock that, I think.
An ill wind blows.
Otherwise, he will get some good value out of it. And I would like to have the Tempest, like have Fog King 2 units at once. Doesn't look likely here. At least not yet. And the reason we want to stop this is because it gives him a 2-in-1 turn for poisons. If he doesn't have that, we're going to be pretty happy otherwise, as we can purify. Now is a great time for the Tempest. Make sure we play the Tempest. Occasionally I click the Fog instead because I'm thinking about playing Fog with the Tempest. My brain doesn't work right. Hopefully we don't do that today. Also puts it into Rebuke range, which obviously he'll boost up. He's carrying over the Candle, which is good for him. Basically here we're just trying to figure out what he's playing and how to adjust to it. We always have the normal round 3 goal of just doing Simloss Gourd. It's quite strong. It's a great Rebuke target. Now it isn't. But since we're using Fog, if we hit that, it'll go down to 2 and die at the start of his turn. So no Death Blow, but this still does kill it. Definitely worth doing. So I like Fog more than Frost. Fog's more likely to miss a point or two when they hits like a 1, but it's also more likely to set up better kills on stuff. Oh, that's pretty good for him. What I'm excited for is we're almost into a very strong Gezros. As for 1, the Gezros will get us a bunch of points, and for 2, to start hitting a bunch of things he's going to spawn. Or not. Interesting he goes for that kill. Gezeros probably dies here.
We didn't take the mutation process.
Let's give him a vitality. Means he has to spend 2 extra coins to kill it with Freak Show. He might lead her here actually. Yeah, he's gonna. That's good for us. King of Beggars triggered there. I'm actually just not too sure what he's playing still. Bidding on Call the Forest there. What we get is this. Protector. So King of Beggars round 3. He's got some potential just to have insane tempo. There's always a chance it's like Akarantia, which we don't have a way to kill. That being said, we're going to pass here. Staying too far ahead that even if we go for stuff like Call the Forest, he'll still be able to get out of the round. Better is to keep it. Now we have Forest Protector, Simloss on Equinoxes, and Gourd, in theory. Love to actually see those. We actually do see them. So we get... Yeah, we see everything. That's good. Questions, what's he running? We want a Simloss opener so that we have an option of this killing an Akarantia if he's playing it. Madam Serenity, that's scary. That's very scary. We open Simloss here just in case he's going to set the Bonded up. Also lets us kill the Seductress. We should kill the Seductress. It's... Let's see, if we don't kill the Seductress, we kill this instead. I'm debating between those two. I think this is better because of how much wasted damage we do on the Madam. This we're probably going to save to do a Veil, if potentially has 2 poison last says. Yeah, so we're going to do the Veil. He's already played more eels, so there shouldn't be another tall punish other than the poisons. We want to kill that. We want to rebuke her. That guy now that he's a 5, good value. Grab our rebuke. We want this to tick for 2 turns. I think he's in a winning spot because he should have enough points here. Between the coin, mostly from the coin bank. I imagine his last card's Caesar. So I'm pretty sure he's going to win this one. Even if it isn't Caesar, he should have enough coins to win. He's got 11 value worth of coins. As long as he's got 4 points on his card, he's fine. Which I'm No one plays cards worth less than 4. Unless it's a Peller. But you know. He should just win here. Iago. Makes sense. GG. Again, CDY, playing some Bounty. Probably Bounty. There's always a chance it's Salamander. Salamander started using Blood Money apparently as its leader. Seen that, I think, twice now. Put Fog back, put Equinox back. Fog into Tempest is great. We have Aquin. That's basically what we want round 1. Our hand's really just good here. There's no reason not to start with this. We want Hysteria Leader, no bounty on us, which is nice. But he does just kill the Aquin. He's pushing super hard. I think it's Salamander. No, a regular bounty deck, I don't think would go for that. I think Salamander makes sense here.
Mother Earth, I grant you my life.
I almost don't want to give this Vitality because of poison potential. But we can't really go into the Tempest without him having units out, I don't think. Oh no, looks like it is just going to be regular bounty. Pulls it out, gives it bounty. Makes sense. Let's go Fav. We'll just put these on both rows. I was about to say. Did we just grab the Fog instead of the Tempest? Pretty sure we did. Trying to stop the cat from jumping on us. So I moved my recording location for this video, and they seem to be very interested. Well, that's not ideal. This with a Rebuke. Get it kind of low. He did have a very suboptimal round 1 so far. No Witchfinder. Interesting. Let's set up one of the tokens for a Pond Keeper. Comes the Graydon. Pretty decent Graydon. No bounty though.
All are free to convert.
He's the option to deny, get a bound of vitality value there. Not overly concerned. Yeah, sure, we lost out on our Tempest because we were stupid. Well, more like we were trying to block a cat recording, but you know. You can always kill this with the other Pond Keeper. He doesn't have a coin outlet. He already doesn't have a good one. Savvy Huckster. Let's replay our Rebuke here. remove that as a spending option. Some good tempo. Force Spectre there playing for a good amount. We do get a pass out of him. Now I think a round 2 push could work here. He committed pretty hard round 1, right? There's Scoundrel, Witchfinder, and Leader twice. So he's got no leader value at the moment. We open Simlos. We have a control card, boosting. Yeah, I think we just push here. Also because we bricked a bunch of our deck by being silly.
Feign not ignorance. Remember to whom you speak.
All of our tokens and such should make the bounties quite weak as well. So that's good. So it's just pure bounty. He gets like 1 coin back off a bounty. We're not going to help him address that. Gezros not looking very strong, to be honest. Think about Call the Force, because we're going to get this off of Council. Probably want to Call the Force into Ciari on some kind of spender. There's a Brute. Normally I'd want to save that to try and hit his spender that's coming down, but there's the Moriels. You can still set up a last say on Gord here, potentially. Maybe play the Gezros. It's not going to be good later. At least here it gets a decent-ish amount if we spawn ranged. Alright guys, managed to take a 1. We not deserve that win because we messed up earlier, but just because you mess up doesn't mean you forfeit the game. You can play through it. So that's the deck, guys. We are trying out the buffed Force Spectre and Gezros mainly there. We all know Symbiosis is a pretty solid deck. I prefer Devotion, but this worked out very well, I would say. Gezros in particular, with all the tokens you spawn, especially if you get a round where you have, like, go Fog into Tempest, into the 2 Fogs, you're getting so many tokens out that Gezros does quite a bit. You can usually get like 4 or 5 points on him pretty consistently. And it's not that easy to kill if you give him a Nature's Gift charge. I'm quite happy with how he performed. Force Spectre is just solid, good tempo-y card. It's got flexibility, which is nice. You can bring back Rebuke, Fog, Caress, all quite useful. And just the fact that if you just say you grab Rebuke, which is what most often happens, 6 plus 5 damage plus 2 death blow plus the 1 from leader, it's pretty good value. Even if you're not killing an engine, it's usually pretty good value. So I'm quite happy with how they performed. The normal thing we cut here for particularly Gezros, I think Force Spectre's in a slot we'd normally run. I like him. I think we cut here's the Eskel, right? Eskel or Geralt. I think I prefer Geralt if we're running like the Witchers and stuff, but they're both good. But the thing is, we cut the Tall Punish for these, so the only matchup we lost that we would have won alternately is none of them. We almost lost to the Ogroids. If we had the Geralt, it would have been much safer. So I think I would prefer Geralt or Eskel over one of these two. Honestly, I'm torn, though. I really liked how they performed. And we didn't end up needing a Tall Punish that much, so I don't know. It was interesting. If we do that, we gain a provision somewhere else, too. So potentially we can upgrade maybe one of the Hamadryads to Morin, have double lock. We can upgrade... Yeah, that could be it. I don't think there's any 5 provision specials we'd really want to upgrade into from Caress, because Caress is quite useful. So, I think we're pretty happy here. We also run a 12. We got 12 and attack. We cut both. Not really anything I'm really interested in there at 12, I think. I got Great Oak. You go like a Great Oak in here, just because I love Great Oak. And it does synergize with the tokens as well, so options there. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed. A little bit different on the Symbiosis here. Just adding in these guys, trying them out. The buffs seem pretty useful, so I'm glad we tested it out. It's pretty fun. And hopefully you guys thought it was fun too, and we will see you next time.